The Shiv Sena now has decided to move the Supreme Court. It is going to challenge the governor's decision to deny them 48 more hours, to deny them 2 days additional in order to procure letters of support, both from the NCP and the Congress. This is a time-consuming process here, and they're taking the governor to Supreme Court. This is big breaking inputs here. The Shiv Sena now at loggerheads with the state governor as well. We have with us our senior news editor Mandar Fanse getting us those inputs. Mandar, this is getting uglier than what it already is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is getting murkier day by day, but at the same time, Shiv Sena has appealed basically with a petition in Supreme Court asking for some kind of a justice, because they feel that the justice was denied while they were called just to kind of ask for a situation where, if at all they want to form the government or not. But in that case, instead they had to submit all these details which were asked from the governor, and therefore, since they wanted that much time, they had pleaded for at least 2 days more time. The time was not allotted by the governor house to Shiv Sena, and therefore this is how the Shiv Sena felt that they need justice on that side, and therefore they have appealed in Supreme Court as far as this particular aspect of denial of more time to Shiv Sena is concerned.
Right, and there's a precedence to this, Mandar, with respect to a similar scenario. The details of it could be different. We have seen the Congress move against the state governor when there was government formation time in the state of Karnataka. We've seen other instances here as well. This case is similar, even though the details of it would be slightly different. But undoubtedly, Mandar, this is something that the Supreme Court would consider accepting and taking a listening into.
It seems so, because the kind of demand which has been done by Shiv Sena is also a constitutional right, wherein if we see and if you go through the communique from the governor's house, that communique is not really mentioning anything that they were called for formation of the government, but they were called for showing the intent to form the government. That shows a lot of difference in the wordings of the letter which was drafted by the governor's house as well, because in all possibility and in all probability, Shiv Sena might have thought that they were just called to understand the situation by the governor, and therefore they wanted, and they have also submitted an elaborate letter from their side that they need 2 more days to submit the letter of support from either Shiv Sena, either from NCP and Congress.
Right, Mandar, if you could look at this from the other side, the right of a state governor to not extend time, the right of the state governor here to decide that no further time could be given because the urgency of this needs to be treated far more seriously. You couldn't do that in 24 hours. What can change in 48 hours?
Absolutely. The way the time was not granted, it is subject to interpretations, and that's why they have gone to Supreme Court with their appeal. But most importantly, remember, post the results, the situation is still lingering, and it's almost 18th day, and no political party has come forward till then. And on the 16th, 17th day, if at all Shiv Sena has approached them on their call, Shiv Sena thinks that they should have got 2 more days to gather the letter of support, which also insists each and every supporting MLA's signatures on the paper.
All right, we're going to be reconnecting with our team of correspondents, editors here on this, tracking those developments, because this is yet another major development. We already have a set of meetings to be observed in Mumbai with concerned political parties as far as the process of government formation is concerned. But on the other end, the Shiv Sena, extremely angry with the state governor, and it has hit out. It has hit out in the form of taking the governor to Supreme Court. The Shiv Sena moves against the governor. It moves the Supreme Court against the governor here, saying that their demand of extension of time was rejected. They want this question they want this aspect of the governor's decision to be questioned. Why did the governor not extend time? Let's get in further inputs. Our managing editor Vinay Tiwari with those details. Vinay, the right of the Shiv Sena to move Supreme Court, but also the right of the state governor to not extend that deadline then.
Yes, but there have been a lot of oddities in this whole development, Sahir, and I think we need to make it very clear to our viewers that there are two separate parallel information that is coming out. One, of course, is what you mentioned about the Shiv Sena moving the Supreme Court against the specific denial of extension of time to the Sena. Remember, the Sena was the second party to have been approached by the governor to express his willingness and ability. The term that was used by the governor in his letter was that please show your willingness and ability to form the government. And they were given a 24-hour timeline to come back with it. The Shiv Sena did go to the Raj Bhavan yesterday. Aditya Thackeray was leading the delegation, and he conveyed to them that he wanted more time. The governor chose to deny them their time and extended the invitation then to the NCP, which is the third party in the queue, so to speak. Now, that's where the divergence of view starts, because the Shiv Sena believes that it was within their right to ask for more time to show strength, and that the letter meant only willingness. And that's where the dispute has arisen, because the willingness is not exactly a question of proving trial or proving mandate or the support of a particular number of people, and the letters of support that you require to stake claim. That is part A. Part B, Sahir, which has added to the confusion, is what Mr. Nawaz Malik said of the NCP just a short while back. There are reports emanating that the cabinet met today at the center and have recommended President's rule. The question that everybody asked was that how is it possible that a governor recommends President's rule before the expiry of the deadline that was given to the NCP? Remember, the NCP was supposed to get back by 8:30 p.m. tonight because they were given 24 hours, and hence they had that kind of time. Now, if the governor has preempted that, the logic given was that the NCP has communicated it to the Raj Bhavan that they need more time. But Mr. Nawaz Malik came out and denied it, saying we have never approached the Raj Bhavan on that. So there is enormous confusion on this aspect, on how the cabinet seems to have recommended on the basis of the governor's recommendation, even though the NCP is denying having asked for more time, at least in this morning. So let's separate the two information that is coming out. The fact about Shiv Sena approaching the court is now there. They're obviously aggrieved about how and why they were not given the 3 days that they're asking for, Sahir.